Picked up a bunch of new comic books for the end of November. We're gonna take a look at them. That's coming right up. Hey, what is up everybody? This is Jesse here at JLSComics. Thanks for coming back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping by, thanks for doing that. We're going to show my new comic books for the end of November. So that would be the 23rd of November and the 30th of November. So I got a few books to show you. We're going to cruise through these. But before I do that, I want to have you take a look at this beautiful poster here. It's entitled Gwen, and it's by Mr. Sam De La Rosa, and that came from Edwin from Strictly Comics. Appreciate it, brother, so thanks. Wanted to show that off again. It's a beautiful piece. And of course this backdrop here came from Eddie the Comic Guy, so thanks to both of you for that. Alright, so let's take a look at some comics. First up, we got a couple independent books. First one here is from Black Mask Studios. It's called No Angel, and that is issue number 1 by the creative team of Palicki and Palicki, and that's going to be your Adrian and Eric Palicki, created and written, with pencils and inks by Ari Saraharazar. Here's how the interior looks for this. Okay, it is a 1, 2, 3. It's a 9-panel setup, similar to what The Walking Dead does. Pretty cool. Looks interesting. I'm not quite sure what the premise is, but the cover art, there's a neat picture there. But the cover art actually made me think, let me check that out. Alright, this is a cover A here. Cover B actually. Bloodshot USA. Issue number 2, Jeff Lemire is on that, Doug Braithwaite, and then of course Brian Weber, who did the colors on some of the other stuff as well from Valiant. Great cover there. I picked up the Braithwaite cover for issue number 1, and I thought it was fantastic. I'm really digging the stuff coming out of Valiant these days. So that one is definitely up there as well. There's a little bit of a glare, isn't there? Let's get that glare off. There we go. Come on, just a little bit. There we go. Cool picture. Alright, next up, you may have seen this in my review. It's Savage, issue number 1 of 4. It's a 4-pop mini from Valiant. This is written by B. Clay Moore with art by Clayton Henry and Mr. Louis La Rosa. This is a 1 for 10, 1 in 10 variant. It's called the design variant. Excellent story, great art, highly recommend this book. Alright, next up we're going to look at some more indies. This showed up randomly. I did put it on my pull list. It's a Hillbilly number 1, second printing, by Albatross, Eric Powell. Super cool. Digging that cover art. Okay. Next we have issue number 3 for 7 to Eternity. Very great fantasy sci-fi story. Loved it so far. I'm really happy I started picking that up when I did, because that issue number 1 is quickly climbing up there in price. So, got that. We're up to issue 4 now for Black Monday Murders. Very great. If you like Jonathan Hickman's work, you're gonna like this story. That said, they are a $4.99 cover price on these, but they're very thick books, and they have like a lot of these. I showed this before. A lot of these pages where it's like clippings from news, things like that. It's a thick book. See, they have all these. All right. Very cool. Alright, and I think that is going to be it for my indies. Nope, I got one more to show you. Another great story. This is by Joe Pruitt from Aftershock Comics. Black Eyed Kids. It's up to issue number 8 now. Let's come out a little bit on that. There you go, issue number 8. Okay. Now that is all of the... No, it's not. I still got one more. Local comic shop day came recently. And we got this local comic shop day. This is Dollface, issue number 1, limited edition variant, because it's a local comic shop day variant from Action Labs. And it says Action Labs celebrating 50 years. We're going to take a look at the indicia here and see what it truly is called. Or just Dollface, issue number 1. Tales of the Ball-Jointed Witch Hunter. Dan Mendoza, Brian Seaton. Written, drawn, and colored by Dan Mendoza. So there's a real creator for you, doing the writing and the drawing. Cool. Okay, there you go. It's Dollface, issue number 1. Alright, now we'll get into the big 2. Put that back in the bag. Alright. Thunderbolts, issue number 7. Okay. We have 5 minutes. Old Man Logan, number 14. Really liking these stories. I believe that this is the end of this. This is part 4 for Back in Black. However, I think it's a 4-parter, maybe a 5-parter. It's either the end or the penultimate issue. Okay, so there's that. Next up we got, we're gonna hold off on that, we're gonna do that. Alright, Spider-Gwen is up to issue 14. Jason Latour. Robbie Rodriguez is gonna be at the convention that I'm going to next week, so I'm gonna hopefully get a couple things from him signed. Deadpool Too Soon, that's issue number 2. That's another mini series, that is. Okay, we get Death of X, issue 4, right there. So that's issue number 4, and that's a variant. And here's another one here for issue 4. This is the regular, and that's a variant. Okay. So there's the yep. Where is it? There it is. Alright. There's issue number 8 for Harley Quinn, and that is the cover B, and that's the Frank Cho cover. And it was all sold out. I actually had to go to eBay for that particular issue. All the shops in my area did not have this book. So, they did have this. This is all my pull list, so I'm getting these, but the cover A's. I really wanted the cover B, and I'm going to be really trying to get all of the Frank Chos on Harley. Okay, so next we have this. TAC 945, part of the Victim Syndicate, which is interesting. It's a pretty interesting story. They got a bunch of these villains that are, apparently they're what they're calling victims. So Batman had fought like Scarecrow and the Joker, you know, people like that. And then there were, you know, some fallout from those fights. Some people that got psychologically damaged, physically damaged, and those people are now villains, which formed a syndicate that is part of this arc here. So interesting concept, and it's nice. They've touched on it with some of the Marvel stuff, but you know, like some of the real world sort of fallout from some of these fights, and you know what happens when people, you know, a building comes down and there's some innocent civilians there, or you know, things like that happen. Monsters storm the city. What's the psychological fallout from that happening, right? Next is going to be this. Okay, it's Venom, issue number 1 by Bill Sienkiewicz. And then I also got this. I'm going to get something sketched on there for sure. Blank sketch cover for Venom number 1. Let me show this one more time. That's just a plain cover. That is just sickening. Look at that. Okay. So there you go. Alright, that's it. Those are my new comics. I got some back issues here. Hopefully be able to show those to you in a day or so. Got some good stuff to show you. So I'm looking forward to that. Check me out here on Tuesdays. It's myself and my fantastic panel of experts and collectors and professionals. And we're going to talk comics. Should be good. That's the Comic Conversation. That's going to be on Tuesday night at 8:30. Should have some more stuff up for you before then. And if you haven't checked out my review for Savage, it's my last video, so hopefully it'll pop up here as a suggestion. But that should do it. We're at 10 minutes. This is Jesse here, JLSComics. Like, sub, leave some comments down below. I always like hearing those and replying. And I will see you all next video. Later.